Okay, so we're doing some more job stopper tattoos today. The last one went so well.
I love it.
So, face, head, and neck tattoos.
Cool. Okay, so the first one is from Beth. I traveled and spent a lot of money on these and don't regret it one bit. Done just under 5 hours. They healed perfectly. Let me know what you think. I know you hate mandalas, so just ignore them. Ignore them.
Do my best.
Cool floral.
I don't know why, like, where do you live, I guess, would be my thing. Because, like, there are places in town here that you get this done. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand the travel part.
I mean...
Is there something that I'm not understanding here?
The floral is decent black and gray.
Yeah, it's
floral.
not bad.
I think it depends on where they're from.
Like, we have, no offense, 3 or 4 possibly artists at this shop, soon to be 5, that could do something very similar to this.
Yeah. I don't really think the floral is necessarily the biggest deal. I feel like anything that's up on their face is more.
The lines
what
are
I
great.
would feel
Like
that they
it's
have to
not
travel.
like I'm not saying anything bad about the work. The work is fine for what it is. It's perfectly good work. It's just, it's not quite what I would expect when you tell me that you traveled for this.
I know.
You know what I mean?
When I think traveling 5 hours or
I'm
whatever,
not a big traveler.
I'm thinking of like an artist who's like extremely stylized, like Derek
Like
Noble.
Massacrov?
Or yeah, I mean
Who's at Alex's shop again, by the way?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. Those are like Derek Noble, Massacroft. There's artists that I could see traveling for because they have a really distinct style.
Yeah.
This is run of the mill.
That's not to say anything bad about it. I mean,
Nothing bad about it. It's beautifully done. I just feel like every city has a good floral artist.
I love like floral. Like, I have nothing
floral.
against it. I like.
It's just not stylized.
I'm trying not to talk about the mandalas, right? So
Yeah.
like, I like floral a lot more than.
It's beautifully done floral.
Yeah.
But every city, I think, has a floral artist that does the same floral. It's not really stylized.
That being said, I didn't want to get into this, but I am going to get into this. I don't like the patchwork approach to this because it looks like she's going to end up with a lot of work. Like, she's going to have her whole fucking body probably covered eventually. So you're going to be like just dotting, soft shading in between things now. Like, I feel like when you get this much work, you should start figuring out a direction.
I mean,
to pull things together.
Sometimes you don't know. I'm going to end up the same way.
Well, you're going that way.
Well, I mean, sometimes you just don't know.
You may see because your last tattoo that you've done, and you still haven't finished, is your pumpkin sleeve, which is like, it's evidence that you're figuring that out.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
like
of course. I mean, I have... The same is going to happen with my leg. That's going to end up being a sleeve. My back's going to be a sleeve, but...
When you're young and you're getting tattoos, they end up kind of patchworking together. But then when you get older and more stable, then you start figuring out, like, sleeves and bodysuits and back pieces and shit like this. So, I really like the placement and the look of this flower on this side of her face, though.
Yeah, see, like...
The only thing is it's a little soft.
I can understand having to travel for the face tattoos because not every artist will do face tattoos.
These days it's become pretty common.
I guess, yeah, I'm living in the past. Hey.
Yeah, that's an outdated mindset. Like, we're getting people in looking for face tattoos quite often. And at this shop, we will do them if you have a decent amount of work. But we don't really want to do... And it's not personal. If you want to go and get your first tattoo on your face somewhere... Have at her, bud. I'm not a real big proponent of that, but we won't do that for you here.
Yeah.
Right? There are places that won't care about that, though.
It's so hard because, like, for me, it would also depend a bit on the age of the individual. If, like, an 18-year-old is coming to me and saying, hey, I want a face tattoo, and they're not a tattoo artist, I'm more inclined to be like, no, than I would be to, like a 35, 40-year-old who comes to me that's not a tattoo artist that says, I want a face tattoo.
I feel like a tattoo artist isn't going to a shop saying, I want a face tattoo.
But you know what I mean?
Because, like, they're in the industry, they're going to have someone around them that...
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that someone older coming to me asking for a face tattoo, I'm more likely to say yes. Because that older person, number one, has a better idea of their identity.
They should, but in some cases they don't or won't.
Number two, more often has a stable job and you know, probably knows exactly what workplace they're going to be in, whereas the 18-year-old is quite possibly fucking up their life.
I think it's always a case-by-case situation, and it doesn't really necessarily matter so much to me about age. What matters is, like, person by person. Some people will be better prepared or whatever. But, I mean, it's not even like it was when I got my face tattooed, and I'm not trying to be a gatekeeper about it, but, like, it really doesn't matter at all anymore. Like, I see people with face tattoos all over the place now.
Where we're living, it doesn't seem to be as big of a deal. I think that there still are some places where people have a hard time with employment.
If you're willing to work, there will be work for you.
That's true.
Like,
you can work in a kitchen and no one will ever notice.
Yeah, most people who say they can't get a job because of their tattoos are just fucking lazy. It's just reality.
Where was it? We were talking in one of the videos. There was a girl, and for work, she had to cover her face tattoos.
Yeah, she was a stripper.
Yeah. And, I mean, that's the other thing is, like,
it was,
makeup is wonderful, guys.
What the fuck was her name? We just did that recently. Anyway.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. We're not talking about that now. I don't hate these tattoos.
No, I like them.
The only thing that gave me pause was the travel.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool, though.
Yeah, I really like the placement of the one by her ear there. Are we ready to move on?
Yeah, we're ready to move on.
Okay, I just didn't want to swipe early.
No.
So it's this one's from Aussie Wolfhound. It says, "Hi there, my name is James, and I'm from Perth, Western Australia. I only just recently discovered Remy's channel, and I love it. He really seems to like a cool as he really seems. Sorry, my voice is cracking. Like a cool as hell dude. I would love to get his opinion on a couple of my head tattoos. Thanks." So
I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at.
It looks like some sort of crazy tribal.
Racing stripes. I really like the fucking Scooby-Doo, but let's not talk about him yet. Let's go back.
We'll go back to the crazy racing stripes.
This, like, bizarre ass tribal that is giving him the most, like, killer cul-de-sac I've ever seen. This
Super
is like
90s biker.
But, like, why did you do that shape around, like, not the shapes themselves, whatever about the shapes, you can have whatever shapes you want. The placement is just like, it's framing your head in such a strange way.
It is very strange. You know what it reminds me of? There's these wrestlers with the spiky, and they had the face paint, and they were like, bah, bah, bah.
The Legion of Doom?
Yeah. It makes me
does
think
look
of,
like that.
The Legion of Doom guys.
It does look
from,
like
the
that.
90s. It's, like, super reminiscent.
He didn't send his face tattoo work, and so that's a shame, but it doesn't look the best if we close up. It's just kind of,
it's a blur. You can't
maybe just do tribal over that too.
Sorry, there's another wrestler, the one has a head tattoo, Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah, this Bam Bam Bigelow. I don't know about any of the stuff on his face. It looks like he got all that shit on his face earlier in his life or something.
Yeah, because it looks pretty faded from it. You can see
not even
that
just
photo.
Faded, just terrible. It's fucking terrible.
And
but
then,
now he's getting better done tattoos.
Like the Scooby is amazing, and the Charlotte tattoo, that's really nice script.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a horrible placement. I would have gone lower, but just me.
Well, we're just putting things all over the place, right?
Fridge magnets.
I would have thought that, if you learn to get better quality tattoos, we also learn to place them a little bit better. But with that said, I do like the script. I like the Scooby a lot. Scooby's the best one of them all, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't understand this approach to head tattooing, though. Do you have no space left? Like, usually when you get to your head, it's like the last bastion of hope. It's the last place you've got left. It's one of the last places I had a big space at all when I did mine, and by then you've learned all of your mistakes. You've kind of, you want a big piece. You want something that uses the area well. This is just like, let's just put some fridge magnets over my most valuable real estate to some degree, your head/face, This is what people see first. And I just think that it's just a little bit too ignorant,
Yeah, I could see that. I don't know. I just feel like some people's brains don't work the same way that ours do, where you're like, I want to do like a big thing. I think some people are a little more free, and they're like,
Scooby-Doo must mean a fucking lot to this guy.
Or maybe he just doesn't care that much and went and wanted a fucking Scooby-Doo tattoo that day.
I don't
know.
like that.
Or
Seems
he just loves Scooby-Doo. Like, there's those Marvin the Martian guys. You know what I'm talking about? They have, like, Marvin the Martian everywhere. Because for whatever reason, they love Marvin the Martian.
I don't know what
It's
you're
the same
talking
thing.
about.
Oh, man. It was like a big...
I remember the Tasmanian Devil tattoo on
thing.
someone's arm.
But like you've never done a Marvin the Martian tattoo, but it was a thing in the 90s where every like guy would have just like the same with the sports team. Like your dad had a Boston Bruins one or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know
Same
about
shit.
Marvin the Martian.
Oh, but Marvin the Martian was a thing. Trust me.
With that said, he better really like Scooby-Doo.
I think it's just
I would hope he at least likes Scooby-Doo.
maybe he likes that Scooby-Doo is doing the little clicky gun finger.
Anyone can do that.
Well, maybe.
Why did it have to be Scooby?
Maybe it was on the guy's flash sheet. I don't know.
That's a strange reason to put it on the back of your head, especially if you're bald.
I don't know.
You're bald all the time.
Maybe he thought it was funny.
It is funny.
Exactly.
I like it way more than
We're
the
having
tribal.
a great conversation about it. He did something right.
Well, I'm not saying he did anything wrong.
I'm questioning the tribal more
I would
than I'm
love to know the
questioning Scooby.
backstory of Scooby.
Yes, tell us about Scooby.
No,
sir.
because he could do more tribal on the top of his head, and I would be more okay with that.
Well, he probably gonna.
But he doesn't. The tribal makes sense kind of with the script, but it does not work at all with Scooby.
I still feel like he just walked in the shop one day and was like,
Yeah,
"I
that's
want
definitely what he
Scooby-Doo."
did. But why?
Why not?
The pathos. I'm more interested in the why than the what in this case. It's like an extreme thing to do for no reason. You know what I mean? There has to be a story to it.
Yep.
So.